What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to The Common Coder. My name is Josh, and in this video we're going to be celebrating reaching the 1,000 subscriber milestone on YouTube in just a little under a year. So this is going to be a little bit of a year in review. We're going to talk through some channel stats, go through some slides, and then talk about what's next for the channel. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, now before we get started, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you that has come to this channel, that's left a comment, that's left a like, that's subscribed to the channel. Your support really has helped bring this channel to life over the last year. And as you'll see in some of the upcoming slides, this is a project that I've had on my mind for quite some time, and it just materialized as of last year. And being able to see it grow at this rate, and then the rate it continues to grow, is super, super awesome. So I really just want to say thank you to everybody for all of the support, and I am super excited to continue making these videos and to see where this channel goes in the future. All right, so we're going to tell a little story here and jump back to my very first video that I posted to the channel on February 19th of 2024. And that video is this What is HTML video. I had actually worked on the slides and everything for this video for probably a month or two before I actually sat down to record it, because I just wanted to make sure that I was covering the things that I wanted to talk about in the video. And to be honest, I was super nervous about posting this type of content to YouTube. And so if you haven't seen this, I would definitely recommend going to check it out. I'll go ahead and throw a card up in the top right hand corner, and I'll link the video down in the description. But I'm curious to see from your guys' perspective whether or not you think the channel has progressed since this original video. And just for fun, if you're subscribed, let me know what video it was that you watched that made you want to subscribe to the channel. So anyways, like I said, I posted this video on February 19th of 2024, and I posted the video hoping for immediate YouTube success and tons of views and all of the fun stuff that follows that. And when I posted that video, after the first 24 hours, we got 1 view, which I'm pretty sure was my own, and 7 impressions. So if you don't know what an impression is basically when someone sees your video on the screen. So maybe it was something that showed up in the search results. Maybe it was something that ended up on the YouTube homepage. Maybe it was a suggested video on the sidebar. So that video was shown to 7 people, and out of those 7 people, I got 1 view on the first day. So not super spectacular, but this actually was expected. And so even though this channel is relatively new, this is not my first foray into YouTube. And so actually I have another YouTube channel that I've been working on since the end of 2016. And so we'll go ahead and talk about that in just a little bit. But all that to say, this was totally expected. Didn't expect, my first video to essentially get any views at all. But after 24 hours, we were able to get 1 view and 7 impressions, which is pretty cool. And so that is how it started. Let's see how we're doing 1 year later. So drum roll. Let's do a little bit of a drum roll. That's a drum roll. That wasn't a very good drum roll. So after 1 year, let's see where we ended up. And so we're going to go through some of the categories here that are important from a YouTube statistics standpoint. And so for the first and probably biggest one is going to be views and impressions. So you can see for impressions after 1 full year, it's actually a little less than a year. We got from February 19th, 2024 to February 15th. So we're actually short a couple days here. So if you can see here, total impressions, just shy of 1 million impressions. So from 7 to just under a million is absolutely insane. So impressions looks like 941,986 impressions, and that resulted in 76,515 views. Now this isn't just on that one video, this is across the whole entire channel. So everything that I posted through the last year up until a little earlier today when I made these screenshots, these are the numbers. So pretty cool. From 1 view to 76,000 views is absolutely mind-blowing. So again, there's gonna be a lot of thank you throughout this video, but I can't thank you guys enough for tuning in and following along. Really means a lot to me. All right, for views and impressions, subscribers, and watch time. So again, in just under a year, we were able to hit the 1,000 subscriber milestone. And actually, as of today, we are at 1,039 total subscribers. And so the 1,000 subscriber milestone is pretty important from a YouTube perspective, because it's what allows you to join the YouTube Partner Program and be be able to monetize your channel. And there's two pieces to that, two components. The first is hitting 1,000 subscribers, and the second one is 4,000 hours of watch time. So you can see here, watch time, we're just a little shy of that number, so we're not able to be monetized just yet, but I'm hoping that happens within the next month. This number is actually a little less than that because the watch time calculation that YouTube uses doesn't take into account the watch time you get from shorts. And so this includes the shorts that I made earlier in the year. I haven't made any of those in a while, but I'm probably gonna start doing that again because those are fun, and now we can make them just a little bit longer, and they tend to get a lot of reach very, very quickly. So that helps grow the channel a little bit faster. So 3,714 hours of watch time. I didn't highlight this here, but the average view duration across all of the videos is 2 minutes and 54 seconds, which makes sense for tutorial-based videos. A lot of times people are going to the section that's most relevant for the piece that they're trying to learn, but I imagine this number will tick up over time as we have more and more content on the channel. All right, next up is likes and comments. So these are two of the primary engagement metrics that YouTube looks at. So you can see that over the course of the year, that resulted in you guys leaving 163 comments and a total of 2,238 likes, which seems like a lot. That's a lot. And so whenever you hear people on YouTube saying, like, comment, subscribe, it's because, those comments and those likes result in an engagement. And if people are more engaged in your content, the higher chance that that content will be recommended inside of the YouTube algorithm. So definitely keep liking, keep commenting. Let me know if any of this stuff is interesting to you down in the comments below. One of the things that I'm doing here, which we'll cover in an upcoming slide, is building a community. So obviously this is centered around coding, but if you have any questions on any of this stuff here, I'm more than happy to answer those questions as well. So now we're going to shift a little bit and talk about how we got here. And so there's actually a bunch of different information in this slide here. So I actually started this channel way back on June 3rd of 2020. And one of the things that was really valuable to me when I first got into software development was going to meetup groups and learning different things from online resources like YouTube and like LinkedIn Learning and Pluralsight. So very, very big fan of video-based learning. And I always thought if I ever got to a point where I could start giving back to the community, I would go ahead and do that. And so in June of 2020, I had the idea. And then as you can see, I literally did nothing with this for, well, basically until February of last year. But one of the things that really got me to consider really starting to put some time and effort into the channel was my tenure as a bootcamp instructor from December of 2022 to December of 2023. And so during this time here, I was able to teach 2 6-month cohorts on a bootcamp that was centered around full stack web development. And so I really, really enjoyed that time teaching the fundamentals of web development to other people. And one of the things that I did for my students every week was basically record a video walkthrough of whatever their weekly challenge was. And so after doing that a couple times, I started thinking like, hey, these actually aren't that bad. Like maybe I could do something similar and put it up on YouTube using that channel that I created, 3 or 4 years ago. And so that was kind of the inspiration to start the channel towards the end of 2023. It just was blatantly obvious that I did not have enough time to continue being a bootcamp instructor, not to mention all of the stuff going on with the tech industry right now. Boot camps have kind of fallen out of favor, at least over the last year. They tend to kind of come in cycles, depending on what the trends are in the tech industry at that given moment in time. And so in December 2023, I decided that I wasn't going to do that teaching anymore. And so I took that time that I had and started to redirect it into this channel here. And so you can see not too long after December 2023 is when I started posting these videos here. And you can see that, from that point in time when I first started posting videos, this is a couple other metrics here. You can see that I've posted 29 long form videos. So those are the longer tutorial videos, and then 15 shorts. So those are the ones that show up in the shorts feeds, or like basically the vertical style videos. And so you can see that if you break down the view duration, one of the reasons why that low view duration was skewed on the previous slide is because for shorts, the average view duration is 36 seconds, which actually is not that bad considering those videos are only 1 minute long. And for the long form videos, the average view duration is 3 minutes and 40 seconds, which is more in line to what I see on my other channel as well. And speaking of that other channel, here is a comparison slide to my first year on that channel. So that channel is called Each Adventure. And if you're into anything off-road, dirt biking, mountain biking, things like that, I'll leave a link down in the description. You can go check that out. But here's a comparison from the first year on that channel. So you can see I was a lot more consistent trying to post every single week here. And for the most part, I did a pretty good job. But from December 29th, 2016 to December 31st of 2017, so just a little over a year, that channel ended up with 719 subscribers with 50 videos published, 113,798 views, and 8,568 hours of watch time. So pretty much the same length of time, but with this channel ended up with 330 more subscribers within the same time frame, and that was with 10 less videos, 37,000 less views, and almost 5,000 less hours of watch time. So pretty crazy to kind of compare the difference between the two. Now obviously lots changed on YouTube from 2016 to now, but it's just kind of interesting to look at these statistics and go back to how I did on that channel for the first year and compare it to how this channel is doing currently. So pretty cool. All right, so what is next for this channel? So looking forward to 2025 for year 2. My ultimate goal here is to just create the most helpful content that I can and build a community in the process. And so like I said, one of the things that was most helpful to me when I was getting started in software development was learning from different resources like YouTube, like LinkedIn Learning, like Pluralsight. And one of my favorite things was actually going to user groups and actually getting involved with the community, because even though you can watch these videos online, things don't become real until you start kind of communicating and being around other people that are doing the same thing that you want to be doing. And so that's why I wanted to try to emulate online, is to build a community. Not quite sure what that's going to look like just yet, but I do have some ideas. And that leads into my second goal here, which is to build or to basically build this channel into a sustainable content-based business. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. That's one of the things I like about YouTube, is there's so many different opportunities available for growing and monetizing your channel. But even with those goals in mind, the most important thing is to put out the best content that I can. But kind of looking at those goals, these are some of the things that I would like to accomplish for this channel in year 2. So by this time of next year, my main goals, so I have these broken down into main goals and stretch goals, which is kind of funny because I don't actually like doing this at work, like creating stretch goals and things like that. But since this is something that I'm building from scratch and I have, people coming along on this journey with me, I figured I'd write down some of these goals and see how, when we revisit these next year, to see how close we actually got to them. So for a regular goal, I would like to hit 5,000 subscribers by this time next year. I think that is pretty doable if we really kind of put the pedal to the metal and be consistent. So like we saw with my other channel, be really consistent month after month and don't take any breaks. I think we can get there. Also want to get a website launched, so that way there could be a little bit more information about me, links to the YouTube channel, links to other social medias, things like that. So just to have a centralized place for everything that is the Common Coder. Would like to be monetized on YouTube by then, should be able to hit that by next month. But I do kind of want to experiment with some of the other YouTube monetization things, like there's channel memberships and live stream chat sticker things and all kinds of stuff. So might explore those, who knows. But the goal, the main goal is to hit the 1,000 subscriber, 4,000 hours of watch time, because that lets you start earning the revenue from the ads that YouTube shows. And then in addition to that, to try to set up and generate some affiliate revenue. So this would be like links in the description where, if I'm using maybe a certain computer or a certain software or certain microphone or camera, if you're curious to what kind of gear I use for these videos, you can click those links, and when you purchase those, I receive a small commission for those purchases. So I'd like to get something like that set up for this. Not quite sure how that works for a coding-based channel, because I'm not reviewing anything like a lot of other YouTube channels do, but I'm sure there's a way that could work. So those are kind of the main goals that I want to hit. Now the stretch goals, kind of bigger picture things, maybe not necessarily things that are going to be accomplished in 2025, but if we could make this happen, that would be pretty awesome. But I'd like to get to 10,000 subscribers and set up some kind of community membership type thing. So one of the things that I've learned from my previous YouTube channel is eventually, you kind of get to a point where you're not able to respond to all the comments and be as helpful as you once could be when your audience is small. So creating some kind of membership where, people that want to either get direct access to me and ask questions or participate in a larger community, nothing crazy expensive or anything like that, but just a place for, people that want to support the channel, people that are like-minded in their development journey, to have a place where, we can go and get exclusive content and interact with each other, things like that. So that would be pretty cool. Also want to experiment with live streams. I've never really done that before. That would actually be pretty difficult to live code and live stream, but I know people do it all the time. I kind of think of that as like, maybe like a virtual user group. There could be regular ones on the channel, and there could also be more exclusive community membership ones. But yeah, just ideas, full course of some kind. So if you have any ideas for like a full course that you would like to see for me to put together, I can't guarantee it, but I'm open to ideas, which is actually, I think, one of the next slides is open to ideas of what you guys want to see on the channel. I can make videos about all the things that I care about and am interested in, but really the whole idea around this is to be audience focused. I want to make sure that I'm making stuff that you guys actually want to watch. And then finally, this is something I've never done before, but getting some kind of channel sponsor. I don't have that on my other channel either, but that would be kind of cool just to hit that milestone in this YouTube journey. And again, the whole reason for writing these down is to have something that we can go back and look at this time next year and see how close we got to these goals. And so I love this quote from Zig Ziglar. Basically, if you aim at nothing, you will hit it every time. And so if I didn't have any goals for this channel, it would just be kind of like, okay, well, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't, which is totally fine. But I really want to build this into something that is going to be something that I want to continue to invest time and effort into, to give back to the community and ultimately just create something really, really cool. So have to have goals in order to do that. Otherwise, it'll never get done. So going back to the ideas, what kind of things do you want to see on the channel? So some things that I was thinking of, we're basically been doing in-depth tutorials. That seems to be working really, really well. Some of the other things I thought about is, short tutorials, not exclusively on shorts, but just like, hey, like how to use this function in JavaScript, how to use this feature of this library, things like that. Full courses, we've already mentioned that. Maybe insights into the software industry. So different insights, news and trends, different things that are going on. Could be with particular type of tech, could be with the job market. We could talk about that kind of stuff. Different types of tech. So, what else is out there beyond the world of web development. So with my current role, I'm pretty much a front-end JavaScript developer, but I do have experience working in a full stack JavaScript with kind of a Node.js cloud backend. And prior to that, it was actually a .NET developer too. So I have a kind of a wealth of different tech that I've been exposed to. We could explore some kind of personal behind the scene content. So if you like videos like this, just kind of talking where I'm at in my own journey, software development journey, that could be something that people are interested in rather than just the tutorials or just something else I haven't thought of. So if you have ideas of things that you want to see, whether it's from this list or something completely different, go ahead and leave those down in the comments, and we'll try to see what we can do. All right, and with that brings us to the end of this video. So this ended up being a lot longer than I had anticipated, but I thought it would be fun to kind of share some of my motivations, some of my background as it relates to coming into this channel, some of the stats and various things that I'm looking at as far as the channel performance. And I just wanted to, more than anything, just say thank you to everyone that has joined me along for this journey. The support really, really means a lot. It's really, really cool to get the comments and get the likes and things like that. And when you leave those comments saying like, thank you, like the video really helped you get unstuck for a particular project, like that's the whole goal. And hopefully, as we continue to make these videos, you'll have more and more resources available to you to help solve some of these common problems, hence the Common Coder name, some of these common problems that most developers encounter in either their learning journey or in their professional software development journey. And so, like I said, I'm kind of on my own journey here. So I really just, again, want to say thank you for everybody that's made this possible. And I'm really looking forward to what this channel can become and, what we're able to accomplish in 2025. And so with that, we'll go ahead and wrap things up. As always, be sure to stay curious, never stop learning, and I will see you all in the next video.